Hello guys, welcome to Revival Hour. This is Goshen City. In today's message, Reverend Sam preached about the reasons why some people don't get along with you. He made mention of some of the reasons. He explained extensively your difference, your personalities, the qualities you carry that make some people not be able to get along with you. This message is so powerful. You can't afford to miss it. Kindly stay tuned as we dive into this message. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
The fact that when you show up, we know that you're going to make a difference because you are different. Welcome to Moments of Refreshing today. My name is Samuel, and we're going to be talking about this whole amazing topic on just different. You are just different. That's the only explanation to give for the reason why some people just can't get along with you. You're just different. It is the reason why some people just can't stand your guts. You're different. It is the reason why some people think you're arrogant. No, you're not. You're just different. It is the reason why some people don't want you in their cycle. You see, you don't fit in because you are different. The worst thing that can happen is to give up your difference so you can fit in. I'm going to say that again. The worst thing that can happen to you is to give up your difference in order to fit in. And don't forget that in order to fit in, you have to give up your difference. Because you have to, in order to blend, you have to look alike. In order to blend, you have to look alike. But God is calling you to stand out without necessarily being arrogant. Jesus was different. Paul was different. Just go through historical times you'll find out that people who made a difference in this world were different. And they were comfortable being different. The challenge is being uncomfortable with your difference. The desire to be liked by all, to be celebrated by all, to be applauded by all is the reason why you are just blending. You're giving up your unique advantage. You're giving up your uniqueness in order to fit in, to be accepted, in order to say you are part of this clique, you are part of this group, you are part of this tribe. So you give up your difference in order to fit into a tribe. Today we're going to be talking about this powerful concept, and trust me, this is going to change your life. I thought yesterday was an amazing time. Would you go ahead and share the video right now? Invite your friends. Let them be a part of what God is going to be doing. Today there will be deliverance. If there's one thing God is going to deliver you from today, is that God is going to deliver you from the desire to impress anybody. You're going to give that up today. You're going to say to yourself, enough is enough. I'm tired of trying to impress you, and I end up being depressed. No, I'm not here for that. Your difference is your distinction. Your difference is your distinction. God made you different. Men will compel you to be the same. I'm going to say that again. When God created you, He created you to be different. God didn't create you to be the same, not even with your twin brother or twin sister. As wonderful as twins are, they are not the same. They may have some phenotypical resemblance, but by the time you cut through it all, you're going to find their difference. Temperamentally, you will find their difference. Persuasion wise, you'll find their difference. In terms of perception, interpretation of life, you're going to find their difference. So knowing your difference is the foundation for making a difference. Oh, you need to write that down. Knowing your difference is the key is the foundation to actually making a difference. Those who don't know their difference may stumble into some kind of success, but will not be able to sustain it because of the absence of the knowledge of their difference. Remember that Jesus Christ, when he came on earth, there was a man that was there before him, and that man's name was John the Baptist. And some people went to John the Baptist, listen to what he said to him. They said, are you the Messiah that is to come? Are you the Christ that is to come? As wonderful as it is to actually say, yes, I'm the one, to identify with that kind of a big title, you know what John the Baptist said? He said, I am not the Christ. I refuse to blend. I refuse to want to build my tent around such kind of a name. I refuse to give up my identity in order to simply adapt myself to who this big person is. No, he said, look, I'm not the Christ. Listen to what he said. He said, I am a voice. I am different. I am a voice. I am different. Jesus Christ said, I am the way. He was announcing his own difference. Jesus said, I am the door. He was announcing his difference. I'm talking about the power of your difference. The power of your difference. Knowing your difference is the foundation for making a difference in this world. In your workplace, know your difference. Be careful of blending with what goes on there, the mediocrity that goes on in the workplace. Be careful of anybody slowing you down. Be careful of anybody telling you, in this place, be careful, don't overdo this, don't do this. And before you know, your difference will be completely stifled. And sameness will be the order of the day. Sometimes you need to ask yourself, the person who is counseling me and advising me, what result does the person have to show in his life? How can you be telling me how to do well in a place where you're not doing well? How can you tell me how to thrive in a place where you're not even flourishing? Oh, I understand what you're trying to do. You are trying to culturate me into sameness. You're trying to de-wing me. You're trying to make me lose my wings so I can fly. Celebrate your difference. Understand it. Because it is your difference that establishes your contribution. Your difference is what establishes your contribution, your perspective, your tonality, your voice, your story, your burden, your passion, your interest, your drive. All of that put together, your uniqueness. Nobody pays to have you for sameness. Nobody hires you to come and do what somebody else is doing. The only reason you are in that organization, in that ministry, is to contribute your difference. Seven things I want to quickly share with you about your difference. Number one, your difference is your distinction. Never forget that. What sets you apart, what separates you from the crowd, is your difference. Don't give up your difference because the crowd have lost their difference. The crowd will either fight, question, interrogate, or be suspicious whenever difference shows up. Don't allow the looks, don't allow the words, don't allow the opinion of those who have given up difference for sameness to make you give up your own difference. Did you hear what I just said right now? When you see a crowd, one of the things you find that in order to belong to the crowd, in order to flow with the crowd, you have to make sure you give up your difference. So whenever the crowd sees someone who is different, one of the things that the crowd will do is that the crowd will suspect you. The crowd will accuse you. The crowd is going to attack you. The crowd is not going to accept you because you are different. You don't look like them. You don't talk like them. You don't behave like them. And so they're going to gaslight you. They're going to misinterpret you. They will even invalidate you. They're going to say to you, oh, look at you. You're just trying to be arrogant. You know, they're going to say the way you do your thing, you're just trying to be proud. In fact, they're going to start telling you that, look, you know, maybe you're not even upholding certain values and culture. Remember when David the different showed up at the battlefield, where everybody has been talked into the same emotions of fear. Everybody has come under the umbrella of fear because of the words of Goliath. When David showed up, David was different. He didn't talk like them. What they ran away from, David ran towards. What they were afraid of talking to, David was audacious and bodacious to talk to. They were older, he was younger, but he had a different spirit. In actual fact, at some point, the king himself, Saul, was offering David his own armor. The armor that has not worked, the armor that has not produced results. He was offering it to David. He decided to put it on David. I want you to go in my failed armor. Be like me. What do you want to use to fight? He says, sorry, sir. I don't know. I'm just here with my sling and stones. And he was like, look at this boy. Look at who you're about to fight. The entire military formation of Israel is in the valley of fear, and with our trained men with swords and all kinds of weaponries at our disposal, none of us can stand up to this man. And David said, well, sorry, sir, you know, I've not tested this, your weapon, and I choose not to walk in the same thing that has not produced result for you. Would you please allow me to function from my place of difference? Would you allow me to be different? Would you allow me to try what is different? Oh, somebody embrace your difference. Embrace your difference. And David said, look, just allow me. Let me put my difference to work. Let me not give up my difference and join all of you in the valley. That's what happens when you drop your difference. You slide down. You go down. You join crowd living. When you choose not to pursue difference and choose to incline yourself to sameness, you start declining. You start sliding down. Over time, you find yourself in a place where, you know, you're just like everybody. Your difference is your distinction. It is the invisible signature of heaven upon your life, saying this one is different.